Welcome back, guys, to another movie review. Today we are going to be talking about the film Cruella. Cruella is directed by Greg Gillespie. He directed I, Tonya, which I loved, and also Lars and the Real Girl. It stars Emma Stone as Cruella, and then also we have Emma Thompson, Joel Fry, and then Paul Walter Hauser. This film is the origin story of the fictional fashion designer that is the principal villain in 101 Dalmatians, the original Disney cartoon. First off here, I want to do a big kind of little asterisk and caveat that I saw this movie in Spanish. I know. I am always somebody who puts forth the idea that you gotta see the movie in its original language. And obviously, Cruella's in English. Where I'm at currently, the English version recently left theaters, very quickly actually, and the only thing that was available in cinema was in Spanish. So I'll let you know that before I did the review here, I did at least watch some clips and trailer item videos on YouTube of the obviously original English version, just so I could at least hear Emma Stone as Cruella. Secondly, I do want to point out that this film is not something that I would say Disney was targeting at me as their target audience, so I wasn't necessarily dying to see Cruella. However, I was at least interested in it, and I'm a big Emma Stone fan, so I was like, all right, let's see what they have made. For me, this is a modern Disney flick. It is a live-action, not remake, but a live-action origin story of an original property of theirs, which they've been doing a lot recently with things like Mulan, which is a live-action remake. Of course, we have Lion King, which is hard to call a live-action remake considering it's all CGI, but I don't want to give off the impression here that I think the movie was bad. The movie was not bad in any sense of the word. I think the direction of the film is competent, and I think that the pacing works. It moves very quickly. It's pretty snappy with its camera movements and its editing. It's very stylistic. However, I did think, for me personally, it dragged a little bit at the end. The acting was good all the way around. It seems like Emma Stone and Emma Thompson did a really good job. However, this film is different. It's not a traditional drama that's going for a certain sense of, say, realism. It's very kind of specifically geared in that Disney-verse where these characters are maybe a little exaggerated. It has a lot of childish moments, and some of the humor can be a bit cartoonish. I know that the origin is our cartoon, obviously with the 101 Dalmatians. I would have liked to have seen a more adult take. This film is rated PG-13, and it's dark for Disney, I suppose. Sometimes it feels a little bit more childish. The humor was kind of immature, a little slapstick in nature, a lot of people falling or getting hit with something, or some situational goofy thing or physical humor that was happening. That's fine. I didn't think it was gut-busting. I wasn't necessarily lolling in the theater, but there were a couple parts that made me giggle. Some aspects of the film, humor-wise, maybe felt a little old-fashioned or a little old school or a little kind of easy, and then some aspects of the movie felt actually progressive. There's obviously, because it's very fashion, there's some cross-dressing and things of that nature that happen that you couldn't imagine, say, a Disney film doing even 10, but probably say 20 years ago. Sometimes I feel like we were watching something more akin to a music video, because there were a ton of pop songs with almost every set piece and very little breaks in between. It was constant music in the background, not necessarily a score, although I believe there was a score present as well. There was a ton of pop music. Now, that's not necessarily bad. I think that it gets a little overbearing here, and I feel like that they're doing it to make sure that we stay engaged, to make sure that they have our attention, as opposed to allowing the story itself or the events that are unfolding on the screen to keep us engaged. We've seen the use of pop songs done obviously very well before in the past in many different films, not to mention some of the best examples being done by Tarantino or Martin Scorsese in Goodfellas, when Robert De Niro was at that bar, he's sitting there, and you hear it, you see that image, and you think, when lights close the tired eyes. To me here, it just didn't fully work. The costumes and the production design, I think, were some of the best aspects of this film. It was a big plus. I think it really added to the environment and the development of this fashion world. And some of the best scenes, honestly, were these kind of surprise fashion appearances, which I won't go into detail, no spoilers, that really added a lot and I thought were fun and entertaining aspects of the film. I must recognize that this film was not made for me. I am not the target audience or the target market for Disney for this film. So with so much talent and so many monumental actors, from Emma Stone to Emma Thompson to even Mark Strong, I would have liked to have been surprised and given something even more. Yet, unfortunately for me, and when I say this, I don't talk about Pixar. That's a separate category. This is just another modern, factory-farmed Disney film for the masses. With all that being said, I will recommend this movie because I think the average moviegoer will have fun with this movie. If you go into this, whoever you may be, whoever you are out there watching this right now, if you go into this expecting just kind of a fun popcorn movie to go in, enjoying the moment, and then forget about it once you leave the theater, then you'll have a good time. Without further ado, I, with my subjective movie review rating at this point in time, will give it a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you thought about Cruella. And if you're not interested in seeing Cruella, let me know what you thought about the last Emma Stone movie you saw. As always, if you like the videos, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next review.